Hello, Doctor Who here, and this is the New Year's Eve 2025 special. My original plan for this special was very generic. I'm gonna be honest, just a Blitz holiday special, because it's not a big holiday special. It's basically the night before the holiday, basically. And yeah, so in this special I want to do something different. Basically, this is basically just my thoughts, talking about it, etc., reflecting, recapping. It's a recap, right? It's a recap of 2025 and what this year has been for my doctor and what it's been on the series. And yeah, and it's a lot to unpack, man. It's like, I had a great year, like a really thriving, great fucking year, man. Like, you know, when I came back in 2023, like, I was out for blood, basically, to reestablish myself and make my doctor and just mean something, because I lost that when the Mike shit happened and I went on hiatus and it was canceled and the series was canceled. Like, I lost everything. I lost reputation, I lost notoriety, basically lost my edge, you know, mentally, physically. Like, I wasn't me. Like, if people that knew me in that time period before I came back, you know, I was at my lowest, man. Like, I was a mess. I lost everything. Definitely learned from it. I came back in 2023, I was out for blood. And I reestablished everything, and I got my name back, got everything. I made it mean something. 2024 had to keep the momentum going, and I had a great year. 2025, you know, I was worried I wasn't going to be able to keep the momentum going, but man, what a year. God. Yeah, my throat's all fucked up. Anyway, started off the year with the New Year's special, which this coming New Year's special isn't going to be as spectacular as last year's, but, you know, basically, I did a special per time zone of U.S. time zones for New Year's, so multiple, right? Had a lot of good wins, a lot of good moments in that. Started off with a bang. Then I did Bring It Ronin and also the Multiverse Saga. So we're talking about Bring It Ronin first. Is a Bring It spinoff. It's Samurai Vader, and had a lot of fun with that. Had a lot of good matches, had a lot of good moments, and it was a pretty decent spinoff. You know, it's just more of the same of Bring It, just with the samurai twist. Did some interesting things with it. I was really happy with it. The Multiverse Saga, basically, when I threw Shadow into the black hole in Tales of the Shadow, it created a rift in the multiverse. So multiversal variants of people from my past were, you know, I was interacting with them, whether they're coming after me or whether they're on my team or whether they're in the game I'm in, whatever the case may be. Like, we covered everybody. You know, it was quite a show. It was hella fun, over the top, silly, stupid, ridiculous. Like, I really made it special and unique and creative. Had a lot of good matches and moments, and that thing was a lot of fun. And then basically it set up the Shadow's return, which was told so beautifully. Like, that's the one thing I want to say. Like, storytelling, you know, some people might find it cringe and stupid and silly, but man, this is me taking on single player. Like, everybody else does single player, they stream single player, but like, I'm doing single player. I'm like telling a story. I'm role playing Doctor Who. I'm telling a story. I'm doing my own twist on it, and I'm having fun. You can't tell me. It might be cringe. It might be over the top and silly and ridiculous and sometimes cringe with the acting, but a lot of it is implemented to be cringy on purpose. But you can't tell me it's not creative. What I had to work with the limitations that I have within a game, like, I really make it make sense. I really make it work. I really make it creative and unique. And I don't really care what anyone's opinion of it is. Like, I enjoyed storytelling. It makes my Doctor Who series feel more like the actual Doctor Who series instead of just a gaming channel. Because I understand it's a gaming channel. Like, it's a gaming YouTube channel. But I look at it as a Doctor Who series. This is my version of the Doctor, which I portray. I am a person portraying the Doctor. Everything you see in a video is a character. It's character development that was created years ago. My series has a history and lore. Like, it's already established. Like, this is what my version of the Doctor would be, and it's on the game. That's the battlefield that I portray in. I'm not acting in person, doing, that type of thing. I'm doing it on the game. So, the storytelling I really enjoyed because it feels more in line with the actual TV show. And this is a gaming channel. Even though it's on the game, it's still confined in a game. Storytelling really was special to me because it's more than just playing a match, winning a game, dominating, being good at a game. Like, I really enjoyed doing it more like a fucking TV show and telling a story. I just like that aspect. I don't care if it's cringy to people. I don't care what anyone's opinion is. I do it for me. This is my version of the Doctor, and I enjoy doing it. I'm not in it for the views. I do it for myself. Just want to make that clear. But, the limitations that I have to work with, I really make it unique and creative, and nobody can tell me it's not. I like to see somebody else try to do what I do and be creative with it. They can't. But set up the Shadow in the multiverse, which spawned into Tales of the Shadow. And around that time, I'm doing Fortnite, right? I'm playing Fortnite, Battle Royale games, Reload games, OG games, winning a lot of Fortnite games, getting a lot of crowns, like, playing Fall Guys. Like, throughout this year, I really had a last Fall Guys run I could be proud of. I wanted a real last run, and I ended up getting that. I was pretty damn good at it. I had a lot of good moments and shit with Fall Guys. Like, won a lot of game on Fall Guys. A lot of wins on Fall Guys, man. It was a good year for Fall Guys. Rogue Company, I retired in Rogue Company. Had a last run in Rogue Company, retired. Had the last few matches in Overwatch, retired. Star Wars, Fortnite, Battlefront. Had a lot of blast merging the two with that concept, and merging the two with Star Wars and Battlefront and Fortnite, and gave Team Nightmare a last run and retired on Fortnite and Battlefront, which Team Nightmare was on both, so that was a fairy tale ending for Team Nightmare. Basically set up the Shadow at the end. Like, the whole year revolved around Shadow. Like, telling this story of the Shadow, which would ride me off into the sunset and retire on PlayStation. Like, just that story long term since October last year. Like, the whole story was panned out. in advance. Like, people don't realize that. Like, October 2024, I planned the Shadow story, multiple Tales of the Shadow, going into the Tales of the Shadow and the multiverse, and like everything was planned, like long term. Like, it was a long term story. Like, I planned it from the start. It wasn't just do it as we go along. Like, I planned it out. You know, had a lot of good holiday specials this year. You know, we finally got some new rivals. We had Noah the Gamer, Pope. Yeah, you know, we had some new rivals to compete with instead of fucking flashlighting and shit. So, you know, Star Wars Fortnite Battlefront was great. The Fall Guys was great. I got a lot of good Fortnite wins. You know, I mean, like, Tales of the Shadow specials. Like, we did some Shadow holiday specials. We did multiple Tales of the Shadow. Like a lot of great moments, man. Like, all the way to the end of the Doctor in the Shadow. Like, Fall Guys killing it, Fortnite killing it. Like, all the way to August. And I ended it and retired on PlayStation, retired in clans, and retired from competitive goals and competitive gaming, and rode off into the sunset to be on the Switch 2. You know, I said it. If you watch my streams, I said it multiple times. I'm like, moving forward, I want to move away from everything I'm doing and have new experiences, new gaming experiences, and new games. And where I am right now at the end of the year is, yeah, I mean, I'm still playing Fortnite, but it's because I want to play Fortnite. I'm not forced to play Fortnite. I want to play Fortnite. You know, I have the new games, because obviously you've seen Pokemon Unite. You know, I have new experiences. I join people in party chats on Switch 2. I play Mario Kart, retro games, co-op games. Like, you don't realize, like, I am retired. Series is second, retirement is first. Like, I have my retirement plan. Everything that I built towards, I have, man. I join people in game chats on Switch 2. I play multiple games with these people. Like, you don't see. It's... What I really do is not on YouTube. Like, the Pokemon stuff is kind of on YouTube now. That's because I wanted to start recording the videos when I play Pokemon. I don't play Pokemon that much. Otherwise, there'd be a lot more fucking videos. But, like, I actually have everything I set out to do. Like I have the new experiences. What I do is not even on YouTube. Like, all that's really on YouTube is the Fortnite thing. And the Fortnite thing is like a side thing now. It's like the thing I do to make videos still. That's it. It doesn't come first. Everything else I do comes first. And that shit's not even in videos. And I could put that in videos, but I don't. Because that's just what I do. I'm not here to promote that. That's for me to just relax and take at my own pace. But yeah. You know, the plan was, you know, I was taking a hiatus to split the eras, because the Revival era ended in August when I rode off into the sunset. Literally 2 days later after I uploaded that video, I went into GameStop with a PS5 and I came out with a Switch 2. It was like that. So yeah, for the record, don't get a PS5 anymore. Never returning. There's no Uncharted. There's no Last of Us. There's no Battlefront. There's no future. And Fortnite, you can play on anything. And so I don't need it. You know, I retired. There's nothing left on PlayStation for me. Every game that I ever cared about is not getting a continuation. And everybody I used to care about, all the people over the years, they're all gone. Mike's gone, everybody. I'm not going to list everybody's name, but everybody's gone. Everybody's not coming back. It's time to move on, which I did. New people, new console, new world. Very happy, by the way. Like, I had the happy ending. For the record, I had the happy ending. And, retired. And then I took a hiatus for about 2 months. Right? Month and a half, maybe 2 months. And I come back basically to set up this new doctor as a bi-generation, as the new doctor, is, basically. It was a good idea on paper, right? Like, the TV show does it. I really wanted to do it. This doctor was different than me in every way, shape, and form. The complete opposite, which is perfect. It's a whole 1080, because that's how the TV show Doctor Who is. When the Doctor regenerates, the next Doctor, who becomes the new main lead of Doctor Who, it's a completely different character overall, but it's the same person. That's what we were treating this as. We were merging our legacies together. Because he's just like me. But, there's a lot of issues behind that. It just, whatever the case may be, I'm not going to air out that dirty laundry, but I'm the one that pulled the plug for reasons. And it was damaging my brand, and it wasn't living up to the, expectations of what it should be. But it was a risk. It was a creative risk, and it was a flop. It was a flop. It was a disaster. It was a good idea on paper because it goes more in line, like I said, to the actual Doctor Who series. Because this Doctor was supposed to be the main lead. Like, I was still going to make videos, but this Doctor would have been the focal point. It would have been more him in the spotlight than me. But I did the whole bi-generation thing instead of a regeneration as a backup plan in case it flopped, so. And it flopped, and I'll admit it, it flopped. It was a disaster, but it had nothing to do with me. It wasn't a flop because of me, it's because of his Doctor's a mess. Because he's selfish. Reality, that Doctor pretends to be a preachy-ass God boy, but in reality, he's a selfish prick. He only cares about himself. He didn't want to work together. I'm not going to air the dirty laundry, but the gist of it is, he was selfish. Wasn't for us together moving forward. It was more about him and being selfish. And that's funny to me because he's an insect. He's got 1 month as the Doctor. I've had 9 years. He's a fucking insect. It's laughable for him to think that he's better. In reality, he's not, because I have a whole video library, 7,000 worth of videos, a legacy, lore, history, something he'll never have. It was a fucking disaster. It was a good idea on paper. It was a disaster. His Doctor wasn't good enough. His Doctor was a mess. His Doctor I pulled the plug, man. I wasn't happy with the long-term thought process of results. I pulled the plug and I went and did it better because I can do it better. And his Doctor has took a fucking decline. His Doctor went against everything that he stood for, his entire brand identity, just pissed all over it and ruined it. So him on his own series is a fucking downfall, and it's laughable. But you know what? He's a mess because he's a mess, because he's a flop. He's a fucking failure. He's not good enough. So what I had to do was I had to retcon it. I'm not going to let him keep my legacy and keep my history and lore and make it canon. So I created the Dream Lord storyline, which is an actual Doctor Who villain from the actual TV show who uses dreams. Perfect cover-up, perfect damage control. And I set that up beautiful. Moved past it, starting off the third era with that flop almost ruined the third era, almost ruined my brand. But I pulled it around because I did the Simpsons Fart Night, and the Simpsons Fart Night worked. The Simpsons Fart Night was a win. I had some of the best wins. I did a lot of Simpsons themed things. Had a lot of fun, man. It was a good time. And then set up the Dream Lord. Then go into the last month of this year, do a couple good specials, have Pokemon Unite as a Christmas special, the Final Chapter series, got a few good wins on there, and had it all Back to the Future theme, and basically gave the chapter-based video format closure and an ending it deserves. And now with the volume series, basically banking off nostalgia of previous volume series, and then setting up the Dream Lord, basically having the Dream War with the Dream Lord, basically we're wrapping up the entire year. The whole year was about the Shadow, and then it was about the Dream Lord, and then we wrapped up the year with the Dream Lord. The entire Doctor of Peace thing was a dream from the Dream Lord, prying off the Doctor's trauma with the Shadow, making him believe that he turns into a better version of himself, wiping the crimes of the villain over the years, and being a Doctor of Peace, which turned out to be a dream by the Dream Lord, obviously. And that the Doctor doesn't deserve peace, and the Doctor is always going to be haunted by the crimes of the past. And it was all a dream. It's so beautiful. Like, it all wraps up with the Dream Lord, basically, story arc. Basically, it's the last part of the Shadow story, because the Dream Lord was created to pry off the Doctor. And it's a beautiful wrap-up to a great fucking year. And it's also a great damage control retcon to the Doctor of Peace fucking failure flop that was. And you know why it's creative and beautiful? Is because I'm that damn good, and I'm that goddamn creative. And that's something that Doctor of Peace will never fucking be. Because he's just mediocre, and he's a fucking flop, man. He's a mess. He's got no vision. And that's his legacy. He didn't appreciate my knowledge and my legacy and my lore. And, he only cared about himself because he's a selfish prick. And he doesn't even know how to fucking do anything properly, is why he's a flop. And he's not really a great player to begin with. He's mid at best. But yeah, my Doctor, on the other hand, had a great fucking year. Great fucking year. Like, just, I'm sure I missed a few things, but that's all the best shit. Like, what a year. What a fucking year. What a wrap up. And had a great year. Wrapped everything up on PlayStation. Told a great story with the Shadow and the multiverse. Had a great last Fall Guys run. Got the new gaming experiences I wanted. Moved on from everything from the past. Started a new era. Started off as a flop. Ended up turning it around. And And going into 2026 should be a lighter year. Definitely a lighter year, because the focus is more on my retirement than the series. But I'm still doing the series. I still love my series. I have passion for it. As long as I have passion for it and care to do it, I'll do it. But it's not going to be as serious as it used to be. It's still a thing. It always will be a thing, because I'm looking forward to celebrating 10 years next year, because that's a decade. But I'm happy that I'm able to be here for 9 years, standing strong and tall, surviving everything I did. And I'm going to be honest, I learned from my mistakes. How you see me now is the real me. What you see in a video before or a stream is a character. Whether you want to believe that or not, that's up to you. Am I a little edgy sometimes or controversial? Absolutely. That's the suspense behind it. It's made me very successful. But nobody can tell me that I'm not, you really think I'm a villain, you're an idiot, because I'm a person, and I do care. And all the people that hate me and think I'm a supervillain, if they ever came to me, I'd be talking to them right now how I'm talking right now. They'd be getting respect back from me. Whether they have respect for me or not, that's on them, but I'm not as bad as you think I am. It's a character, and sure, sometimes it got real, but I did learn from my mistakes. I paid the price for it, but I came back with hard work and dedication, and I busted my ass in 2023, in 2024, and in 2025, just to get to the 9-year anniversary to celebrate it strong. And I busted my ass to retcon the failure and flop that Doctor of Peace was, because all that, the past 2.5 years, just for it to flop in a decline because of him, the Doctor of Peace, I wasn't going to let it happen. So, but I turned it around. I wrapped up this year great, and I look forward to 2026, celebrating my 9-year anniversary and just having new experiences, having fun, having a good time, whether that's on YouTube or not. Yeah. Oh, another thing I want to mention. My last match at 2025 was a Chapter 7 win, the only Chapter 7 win I have. And the clips didn't save. I deleted the clips by accident. I feel like an idiot because it was supposed to be a volume for the final volume series. But that was my last match, so I ended it strong. It was a good win. I had some snipes. But also, I want to mention, because this wasn't in a video as well. This was off camera, basically. Before the Doctor of Peace thing, before I even debuted the Doctor of Peace story arc, me and George, you know George, pro player, we played Fortnite, right? We did a triple threat challenge. We got a win in Zero Build, Battle Royale, OG Zero Build, and Reload Zero Build. We completed the triple threat challenge. And then the next day, I said, let's do the triple threat challenge, which is a win in Battle Royale Zero Build, OG Zero Build, and Reload Zero Build, and then builds Battle Royale, builds OG, and builds Reload. And that motherfucker kept me up to 7 a.m. and it took us to 7 a.m. to complete it. But we completed it. I wish I uploaded it, but that's something I had to do off camera. It was for myself. It was really the send-off, playing competitive and setting goals. And it's also my retirement in builds in Fortnite. I'll never play builds again. So I'm proud of that. You know, me and George ain't really on talking terms right now because he's, you know, I'm not going to get into it, but he's an asshole. He's a fake fucker, but, you know. But it's still something. He can't deny what we did either because, you know, it's good. But yeah, like I said, great year. About to celebrate my 9-year anniversary. I feel good. I feel very satisfied with the 2025 that I had. And I look forward to 2026, whatever adventures come from my doctor. Stay humble.